Hey nerds, tonight we are talking about House of the Dragon Season 3 finale and what that means. We're going to talk about news, teasers, and speculation about what's to come, so don't miss out. This is the FOMO Show. I'm alive! This is Dylan.
This is Andrew.
And yeah, we missed last week, but we're back. We're alive!
But hey, just some extra stuff to talk about.
Yeah. Yeah, please like, subscribe, and hit the little bell icon so you know when we drop new videos and when we go live. Thank you very much for your support. Yeah. Okie dokie.
Yes.
Let's see. This is doing something weird, so I'm going to take it off.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so, yes, special notes. Happy birthday to Quinn's mom. Now, as you can see, Quinn is not here tonight. He is taking care of family, as one does. Wishing it happened in the birthdays.
Yes, very happy birthday.
Yep. Also, I guess, other special notes, stay out of those catering carts.
Oh, yeah.
But also...
You never know who you'll bump into.
Right. But yeah, D23 starts, I guess, today, right now-ish. It's warming up tonight, and tomorrow they're going to have the big Marvel night where presumably they're going to talk about the X-Men cast and all that stuff. So that's why I really wanted to talk about that, but it would be silly to talk about our speculation for one day before it goes live.
Gotcha.
So yeah, all of that kind of stuff, all the Disney stuff that they've been holding on to. Like you said, you saw a new image for Vision Quest and all that stuff.
It's still the white suit. Looks very white. So
yeah. 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 It's not a good look there, Marvel canceling all the black shows.
Right, true that.
As your white Vision.
So yeah, we need to
But I mean, Black Panther season 3 is getting a huge push.
Yes.
So,
Still looking forward to that very much.
yes. Yeah. I don't want to spend too much time on that. That's all I can think of as far as special notes.
Was there any other major Disney stuff, at least that they were teasing that they were going to talk about this weekend?
Let's see. I know there's Percy Jackson. The season 3, I think. I still haven't watched season 2. Whoops.
You think they'll talk more about the Ryan Gosling Starfighter movie?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, they're saying that we're supposed to get a trailer tomorrow.
Oh, looking forward to that.
And something.
You're telling me he's in a Marvel and a Star Wars? Boys, he sold out. I'm never watching Ryan Gosling ever again. Let me tell you, oh brother.
And a Hail Mary.
Yep. He's just.
Yeah, he's on top of the world right now. King of the world.
Yeah, I don't understand those people. I've seen a handful of people being like, he sells it, like you're gonna love it. I don't know. He's delivered a quality performance pretty much every time. So I'm looking forward to him.
Those hipster people that
try to be too cool for school.
Right. If something's popular, it's obviously not cool, right?
Right.
like Pedro Pascal was on top of the world, and suddenly they started Pedro hating. It's like.
I realize it's a Marvel movie, but I've never really pictured Ghost Rider as being one of the most beloved. I feel like he's beloved amongst a very fringe group of
he's been around
fans
for a long ass time.
And I'm sure more people will get excited once the trailers for that come out. But at this time, I feel like there's still only the really hardcore Ghost Rider fans.
Yeah. And all those ones that come out of the closet, they're like, "Oh, I was a fan the whole time.
I loved him the whole time. Here's this shirt. Why is the tag still on it? Oh,
those influencers you're watching, it's like Superman movies comes out, and it's like Superman's my favorite hero. Batman movie comes out, Batman's my favorite hero.
Yeah, absolutely. We're getting a little bit of that like Marvel bias at the moment, just because Marvel seems to be kind of like on top, and we get this sort of like, I've always loved Marvel more. You get the people being like, I do get tired of that.
Yeah, because Spider-Man is made $1 billion in 4 freaking days.
We got Spider-Man, and then the Marvel Tokon, and the Wolverine game that's about to come out. So that and everyone's
And
like
Doomsday,
Marvel, and we got Doomsday at the end of the
right
year.
around the corner.
So everyone's like Marvel, Marvel. So I get it, but just
But Lantern starts Sunday.
Yeah,
and,
so maybe they'll even it out.
There's constant leaks for Man of Tomorrow going on.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. That's all the special notes I got. I'm going to pass it over to you.
Oh, yes. Am I good to go? All right, here we go.
Wow, that is a fast spoiler warning.
In case you haven't learned by now, this is the part where we start spoiling stuff. So, okay, so what we're talking mainly tonight about is that dragon show, that show with the dragons and the people who ride on them and stuff like that. So yeah, if you're a fan of that show but you haven't quite gotten caught up, we're about to talk about the end of season 3. So be warned. This is the spoiler warning for House of the Dragon.
Those words were moving so fast. Like, I swear, this program, anytime I turn it off and back on, there's something that's wacky with it.
I had to try very hard not to focus on them, otherwise I would have gotten I was like, I would have gotten nauseous probably.
Yeah, and the framing is set exactly where Quinn's set, and so you're like,
I was a little over. But it's okay. Rule of thirds, right? Yeah.
Right.
We're being cinematic. We're the absolute cinema. So.
Absolute cinema. Absolute potatoes.
Absolute potatoes.
Alrighty. So, just I guess in general, House of Dragon, there has been a lot happen this season. Rhaenyra went from still fighting at Dragonstone for her place and her really just her voice among her table and her council and everything. So much so that it ended up in the death of her son because everybody thought they knew better than her. Even though she's the queen, it's like it's another one of those whole things. It's like, sit down, I got this to a woman.
Yeah.
And the whole Song of Ice and Fire, I think the story, even though it's a horrible landscape of the politics and everybody, it's kind of like a story of like this, like, I guess it's pro women because all this kind of happens and is horrible because they refuse to let a woman sit the throne.
Yeah. And people were still reluctant this time around, even though she had a nice big following to kind of try and hype the masses. But
yeah, and her father straight up like had every lord parade before her and swear fealty and everything. And then Alicent, but to be fair, they kind of paint it as like Rhaenyra and Alicent are both victims of the patriarchy, I guess, the hierarchy
you could definitely
of their
that.
fathers. And
yeah, I could definitely pick up what they're laying down there.
Yeah, because old Otto, trying to restore the High Towers to their former glory, because they had the throne before the Targaryens showed up and united the kingdom.
Gotta pour one out for old Otto. He didn't make it to the end of this season, unfortunately.
Yeah. Let's see. So yeah, Rhaenyra has lost every child except for, I forget his name, the youngest one.
Right, that's Joffrey. Is it
Joffrey?
Yes.
Yeah, Joffrey.
Joffrey of all names, of all people.
Yeah.
Not that Joffrey, but
Yeah, not that Joffrey. Let's see.
And Kristen Cole didn't make it either, unfortunately.
Yeah, Kristen Cole, that whole thing. Alicent is in a completely different place than when she started. Everybody's in a completely different place. However, things are about to tip. The balances are about to tip hard. We saw the Battle of Tumbleton at the very end, and there's a second Battle of Tumbleton in the books, where there are some people that made it through the finale that die in the second battle at least. So yeah.
Game of Thrones is good at doing that thing where it's like, hey, you remember how like Lord of the Rings has some of those epic fights, you know, those epic like sieging of castle or something like that, things like that, and there's always such a, you know, it always ends on such a high note and it's just so romantic and stuff like that. They don't really quite do that when it comes to their battles so much. Their battles get a little bit ickier. There's some things in there where you're like, oh no. Oh yeah,
Yeah, especially like this one, where it was just really showing Damon's bloodlust. And even though he was saying all the right things about Rhaenyra and her, you know, don't make her look bad, and the Romans watching and saying all the right things, but still letting his better side or his worst side out, telling everyone, telling his captains don't kill the children, yet telling everyone else, let me see your worst. So, and then straight up like going towards the kids at the door.
oh man,
And he's like, get out the way, but then
that.
didn't finish. These two kids are still like jumping to miss the fire.
oh man.
Yeah, and then Roddy the Ruin, poor little kid, just like
I thought
oh no,
I thought he was gonna let him. I thought he was gonna look at him and be like, "Not worth it," and he like, but nope. He was like, "Oh, you got me." So
he came to die, man.
oh man, yeah,
Came
that
to
was.
die.
No, so yeah, nobody in that fight was a hero for sure. I was just like, "Oh, come on,
I
man."
know, right? Like I was looking forward to them taking down crap, I forget his name. The guy that was running that attacked Templeton. It was
The guy was running the attack.
Yeah. the
like I said,
villain.
I'm horrible with the names.
Yeah.
But
So we had Gawain Hightower, the brother, and Damon, or not Damon, but holy crap! I just went blank on all their names, and I don't have them written down. I'm looking like an idiot here live. It's my worst fear.
I'm not the biggest Game of Thrones head for sure. So and definitely like, when it comes to prequels too. After I thought I spent so much time on that first season learning everybody's names there, but I still have some blind spots when it comes to Game of Thrones. The GOT. We had the hostage giveaway situation though. Is that what you're referencing or?
Yeah. Well, no, I was talking about how Roddy the Ruin, when he killed Ormond Hightower.
Yes.
The way he killed him was like, yes, but then you couldn't feel good for it, even though he went out like a badass with his arm chopped off and everything.
Right.
Because he killed the freaking kid.
Yeah.
It's like, we're still alive, and it's like, oh.
It's one of those ones where they have to be like, we're never going to give you a moment where you're like completely 100%, yay! You have to kind of be like, hey, mate, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I guess, war is messy.
Yeah, war's hell, man, as they say.
As they say. We liked the, one of the things we liked was the whole, the way they solved the rat problem. They just got a bunch of cats, so now the castle's full of cats now.
Yeah, thanks to Alan for that idea.
Yeah, it was a good idea.
Yeah, there's a lot going on with just the irony of Rhaenyra not wanting to. In the book, she did let Alan and his brother become. Holy crap! My brain is fried for a second. The hand.
Mm-hmm.
And his name is not on here, so I'm like floundering here. Yeah, the hand they cut his finger off.
They cut his finger off.
Corlys. Corlys Hightower, or not?
I think I'm going to look this one up. I cannot remember his name.
Yeah.
Corlys Hightower.
It's not Hightower. It's the black man with the white braids.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is it Corlys?
Corlys Valerian.
Valerian. Thank you.
Valerian.
Yeah. So, in the books, she makes his sons legitimate, or his bastards legitimate. But in this one, she's afraid of being seen as legitimizing bastards, yet then she completely parades her brown-headed child throughout the city with a crown on.
See how that would upset some people.
Yeah.
Little hypocritical,
A little bit.
Especially since one of those guys can fly a dragon, which, you know, as we've learned through all this, you know,
Yeah.
as I'm not, you know, I'm not huge on everyone's name and the lore and stuff like that, but I can definitely respect the metaphor of, you know, the dragons and kind of like what they represent as far as like, you know, how they would apply to this world. You know, it's sort of like the major weapons essentially.
Yeah,
Kind of like,
weapons of mass destruction.
so every time you've got a dragon rider, you've got, you know, you've kind of at least got to meet them somewhat. Even though she wants to command them all, there's like obviously we had several dragon riders who've kind of been like, I kind of would rather just do my own thing.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, Ulf, man, and
Ulf,
Hugh the
oh,
Hammer. Ulf. Yeah, it's not as specific in the book about Ulf burning both sides or whatever, but he does turncoat. I'm pretty like 99% sure. Hugh, we've yet to see what he's going to do and who he's going to blame, but we probably know what's going to happen there.
Yeah.
Rhaenyra is calling her stepdaughter insolent child and grabbing her face, and it's everybody is an enemy. And the White Worm, her lover, the Mistress of Whispers, was a good character, but was not really that great a Mistress of Whispers because she didn't know where to find the pirates. She didn't know about Tumbleton. She didn't know like about who was in the city drawing all this stuff. She didn't have the little birds that from Game of Thrones, and she didn't find out from. I think the last straw was Aegon's resurrection. She found out from Orwell, and not her Mistress of Whispers. Oh, we're frozen. So,
Oops.
I need to keep an eye on this.
And I guess I never feel like I got a full look at him because we're talking about Aegon and how, you know, his sort of like, as he's been kind of like pulling himself back from, you know, otherwise being like, you know, a kind of a guy who can't do much. Then also, you know, lo and behold, finds what was it, another dragon that came to him, or was it his same dragon?
That's his dragon.
That's his dragon,
yeah.
but he's
and they
like
hinted at it because when he was laying on it, he was like, "He's alive, he's alive." But yeah, so he was in a coma.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Like a dragon coma, because but he's kind of like he's got like a skull exposed now, which is kind of like something like he's like a zombie dragon, like kind of like
to kind of mirror his own burned face.
Or just not zombie, but like, you know, still alive.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's really cool how they do like the whole raspy kind of zombie growl later on when he goes to visit his brother.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who is so happy to see him.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he actually is because he's been through it and he's kind of like learned his lesson.
Yes. And he's currently without his dragon, which was kind of like the big bad dragon, you know.
Yeah.
And that's what stinks because you were talking a big game. You were kind of like, I'm king of the mountain, and like then you lost your mountain. So.
Yeah. Oh, Alice Rivers is she was a nice addition. In the books, they're kind of really vague on who she is, and she's, you know, some color witch, some color this or that, because it's written from the point of view of a maester and basically a jester named Mushroom. So they took some liberty. They were able, they were able to take some liberties with interpretation of the text.
Right.
One being her Damon's daughter that found Sheep Stealer, and in the books that was a whole nother homeless woman they called Nettles. But George R. R. Martin was pissed about that they used her for that, but they brought it back around and still made it to where like, oh well, the small folk didn't really know that was her. But because it still has to be someone of Targaryen blood to be able to ride a dragon, so it kind of makes sense, you know, unless George R. R. Martin has got some twist happening where this homeless girl is like some bastard or what, I don't know. So
right,
like Ulf and Hugh.
Maybe she wants to continue to protect her identity. She should adopt the Racer X formula, yeah, from Speed Racer.
Racer
Just
X.
wear a mask with an X on it, and it's like it's Dragon Rider X. Who is he or she? He, she, or they? We'll never know. You know.
Yeah. Really cool designs on the dragons we saw this season.
Some really great dragon animation, I'll say. Yeah, I was really blown away by that. I was like, that was some of my favorite bits.
Yeah. And Dreamfire we saw for the first time. Man, Helena's dragon, really really cool with the crown of bones.
Oh
come up out of her head.
Yes.
And she in the book she doesn't ride it. Just like in here, she's more gentle. But with Helena's death, that is a huge turning point for the Targaryen dynasty, because the Dreamers are a lot more rare than the dragons, and she might be the last Dreamer.
And she went the same way as the Joffrey's brother, Tormund. Yes,
yeah, same window.
It was the same window. Oh wow. Okay, because I remember thinking that the whole time. It's like she's gonna do the exact same. Yep, there she go, and she did it, and I didn't realize it was the same window. I guess that. Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, in the books it was speculated that Rhaenyra had thrown her, but it was also said so. Another big problem that George R.R. Martin had was Helena's child that she was pregnant with. In the books has already been born.
Okay.
And was like I don't remember how old, but like under 10. It's like a little bit older. And they were able to in the mix and everything that was going on with the attack on the town shoot, man, I'm really drawing a blank tonight.
Attack on Templeton or
no. The main city where the queen lives.
Oh, Dragontown.
Dragontown.
Is it King's Landing?
Yes, thank
King's
you.
Landing. Okay, got it.
King's Landing.
I'm still even. Yeah, like I said, I'm not the greatest Games of Thrones guy, but
all the games.
The Games of Thrones is. We must have it. My precious.
So yeah, in like the uprising of the people and everything, they sneak the child out, but they find the child and they tear them to bits, and Helena hears about it, and that's what causes her to jump. So yeah, that was when that child wasn't there. George R.R. Martin is like, her whole motivation for suicide is gone.
Oh, gotcha.
But they brought it back around, and they still gave her a legitimate, I don't know how to say that, but a reason.
Seems like George R.R. Martin spent a lot of time watching House of the Dragon when he should be finishing that book. You know what I'm saying?
Which is supposedly done and on the way.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I haven't heard hard facts, but I've heard that it's basically done.
Now, when this book comes out, do you think there's anything that they'll be able to pull from it if it's different than the way that the original show ended? Do you think there's anything, or they could turn it once again, make a special or something? Or
I'm sure they'll squeeze every nickel out of it.
It could be if you didn't really care for the ending of the first series, here's you can accept this instead because it follows the book closer. If that's what he's gonna do, I don't know.
It would be really great because it's been like 14 years since the last one came out.
Oh wow.
That's why everybody's kind of upset about it.
Yeah.
And then there's I believe one more after this.
Oh wow.
So it would be really nice if he wrote them both and haha surprise, boom. Nobody's gonna write it. I'm not dying. Nobody's writing in my death. Because that has become a huge conversation, and it's got to be kind of insulting to him. I mean, but
yeah,
it can't feel great.
Yeah.
When you're still alive and kicking, and everybody's like, "Who's gonna write your stuff when you're dead?"
Yeah, I'd hate to see. Hopefully nobody's doing bets on Polymarket about George R.R. Martin. Which by the way, people need to knock that off. By the way, especially when it comes to natural disasters, it's like have some class, folks. Like, just go back to stocks or whatever, or go to Vegas.
Yeah,
do one or the other.
But you can make so much money.
It's gross. It's really gross. So,
Yeah. Oh, speaking of, yeah, we completely forgot our hot takes.
Do our hot takes, yes.
So we'll do those. We'll do those at the end since we're talking
Yeah,
about
no problem.
House of the Dragon already. So yeah, stay tuned for hot takes.
Hot takes.
So yeah, Helena, her embroidery has been what we've been seeing at the opening of every episode all for the past 3 seasons. So what's coming next season? I wonder.
That was a cool scene, yeah, when she's kind of like looking through what's like
Yeah.
what she left behind, essentially.
Yeah. Yeah, and her there was the way Emma Darcy played it was like almost like a look of satisfaction, but also like terror.
Yeah. when you think about it too, it's probably like that's the closest thing they had to comic books back then was these sort of little storage tapestry things that they've been knitting,
Little stories.
sewing, not knitting, needlepoint.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it was kind of fascinating watching her at some point go through it because it's like this thick ass cloth and this big ass needle, and she was like, poof.
It's probably very satisfying every single time, like clicking 2 Legos together or something like that.
Yeah.
Very tactile.
Yeah. Speaking of, I thought it was really cool how Allison had the bad habit of like peeling at her fingers.
Yeah.
And then Helena would do that with the needle. And then we see her son, Damon? No. Darren?
Whose son again?
Helena's, or not Helena's, Allison's son.
Allison's son. Gotcha.
With the one that's with the high towers.
Yes. Yes.
Good God, I'm not doing.
They're all finger pickers essentially. They're all cuticle cuticle scratchers.
Yeah, he was scratching too. Trying to pull up. Usually it's so freaking easy just to pull up the cast, and now it's like making me go through IMDb and everything else.
Who was the main Hightower guy? The one who was always like talking a big game.
That's Ormond.
That's Ormond again.
Yeah.
I definitely like some of Ormond's scenes in this season. I like the one where he's like he tries to talk like big tough man, and then he turns around and just vomits.
Yeah.
Just like I laughed pretty hard at that one. I'm a sucker for just an unexpected vomit like when they're in the middle of talking like just like oh.
He actually does kill a couple people, but like the whole like the bowels being loosed in front of him and all that kind of stuff. Or when he finds Ulf and he's like,
yeah,
he smell his
incredibly
his
squeamish. Yeah,
yeah.
Got a sensitive nose, sensitive stomach too.
Yeah, and I noticed when he knighted his nephew, that or it's his nephew, right? Or his cousin or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyways, he used a different saying than we've heard from the other ones. So he's like trying to bring back the Hightower because he didn't do "I charge you in the name of the Seven," even though the Hightowers are very religious.
Gotcha.
Yep. And then he finished it off with, "Light the way," which is the Hightower motto. Good gravy.
Yep, it is getting pretty messy, and so there'll be one more season of this one.
Yeah, one more season after this.
We got another season of Night of the Seven Kingdoms coming, I guess, also in 2027.
Yep. Sorry, I'm.
There's just so many names. I mean, I have to like
why the heck? Like usually it just pulls up like where you can see the names and the faces and everything. It's just being.
There were just so many people in this show with names that are like combinations of A and E, like just a lot of like AE names.
Yeah.
So I kind of got to that point where I'm like, is this A or is this A?
Like Aemon and Daemon are anagrams.
Aemon and Daemon, yeah.
Of themselves. And Daemon almost lost his eye there.
Yeah. So
that's kind of like just another hint of how they're kind of like mirrors of each other.
Yeah.
Ormond and his big brute of a guy also have Valyrian swords.
Yes.
So that's why he could like kind of hold his own with Daemon.
Yeah.
using his Valyrian steel
Yeah, that
sword.
was an intense moment because we thought, yeah, finally found somebody who Damon couldn't like, one punch man like he normally does with people.
Right.
So
Yeah, his bloodlust has gotten out of hand.
yeah,
Darren.
Darren.
Darren Target. Yeah, Darren. It is Darren. I just think, yeah, because it's Darren the Daring.
Darren.
That's his name. But yeah, I can't remember his fate in the books. He, like we said, spoilers. He might be the one. He may be the one that takes the throne at the very end because he kind of represents both houses.
He'll be the only one who isn't dead by the end of this. So
Yeah, and he seems to be the only one with a good. Well, he has a good head on his shoulders. He's seen extremism and abuse and experienced it for himself, and doesn't want that for other people. Like when he told the servant boy to run earlier this season.
right.
And his uncle Gawain is a kind person that he takes after. That whole scene with him with trying to sue for peace with Corlys. He's just so tiny compared to Corlys. Holding that sword. It really wasn't that smart a move, like to go out there in the middle of all Daemon's men and say, "Look what I got."
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he just didn't know Daemon that well.
I guess so, because if I knew, the 3 seasons of Daemon that had led up to that point, I would have been like, no, you send one guy in here and we'll talk about it, and he's in here. We're not bringing him out to you, so
Yeah.
we're not silly.
Yeah, it's surprising. I'm surprised Gawain got away with his life, to be honest. I mean, I guess Daemon does have some sort of honor about him. But let's see. Yep. So Aemon, it was with Alice Rivers. We found out that she was the wife of the lord that built Harrenhal, which is crazy that she might be one of the oldest characters in the lore there.
Oh wow.
So when we see Night in the Seven Kingdoms come back, technically she could still be alive. It's only a few decades later.
Night of the Seven Kingdoms, yeah.
Yeah. But if you notice, one of the big things going on with the Targaryens and Night of the Seven Kingdoms is that there's no more dragons. So
between this season and Night of the Seven Kingdoms, then we're gonna.
Yeah.
That's not gonna be fun. I don't know. I don't like seeing the dragons die because it's almost as bad as the dogs. Really, I don't like when people are like, "Oh, is the dog gonna die?" Like,
yeah.
I was like, "Is the dragon gonna die?" I'm like, they really don't deserve this, do they? Like,
yeah.
It's like they're endangered. Like,
literally. Yeah, but I mean, the fact that there are a clutch of eggs at Harrenhal, that may be the same eggs that make it to Daenerys.
Yeah, it's that Game of Thrones. That is crazy that it's like a world where your weapons of mass destruction are also an endangered species.
Right. Yeah, and they're alive. They're like not getting into the morality of that.
I try to slip a little Tolkien in there. It's like think about the world, think about nature. It's like what are you guys doing? Burning down the forest. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Building your factories and.
Speaking of the forest, the God's Eye Island, it might be the first time we see that next season.
Okay.
Because Alice hinted about she treated with powers that were older than the castle and that kind of stuff.
I do think, this whole series...
Older than the land, I mean.
This series has been kind of, like, low on magic stuff, which I realize how Game of Thrones likes to be very sparing when it comes to, like, the magic stuff. But, like, every once in a while I like to see some, I like to see a little fantasy razzle-dazzle, so... Yeah,
and Alice, they've been very coy about if she can actually turn into animals, because she said she's a barn owl. We've seen a goat almost every time she shows up.
Right.
And then there's an owl at one point. Yeah. Apparently she can't die because she tried to off herself and failed after her child died. So I don't know. I mean, there's got to be some way. I mean, do you like cut off her head? I don't know. You know, I mean, is a silver bullet? Like, how does that work?
Right.
Because,
once again, we're talking about the potential witch. We're not sure.
Alice Rivers, yeah.
Alice Rivers,
yeah.
and definitely,
Yeah,
and
supposedly, seemingly some kind of witch.
the element that as she's there with Aemond, and he's as sort of a budding romance there, because as she's proven, she's the oldest woman seems to be in the world, so of course Aemond's like jackpot. So.
Yeah, she's like, all these Targaryen boys want the same thing.
Hey, it's
yeah.
Nothing wrong with that, absolutely.
What?
What? Nothing. I said nothing wrong with
wanting your mom.
No, not your. She's not his mom. Like,
no, that's what she was referring to, because she also appeared to Daemon as his mother.
She did that. That was weird.
Dream,
yeah, that was weird. But then she turned back to herself, right? I mean, does she still look like his mom to him?
She was messing with Daemon, and I don't think she thought she had a chance with Daemon, but she was messing with him hard while he was there and giving him weird dreams and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And so like there's some kind of witchy stuff going on.
Yes.
And then she does the same with Aemon, but also realizes there's some potential to start her own lineage with Targaryens who burned her castle down and her child. So I don't know what that's about. Maybe she's trying to break the curse somehow, or I don't know.
Yeah. She just got bored.
Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, so interesting how that's going to play out. In the books, they've been doing it on the show, bringing the parallels between Aemon and Daemon closer and closer together. So next season, we're going to see that play out. In the books, Daemon stabs him in his good eye on the God's Eye Island.
Oh no!
Yeah,
stabs him in the eye on the God's Eye Island.
Yeah,
the God's
Eye.
Island. So
yeah, it's like poetry. It rhymes.
Yeah. I try to spot these poetic moments. Like I said, the jump from the same window. I mean, that's very poetic.
Yeah.
Very, very time is a flat circle.
Crunch. Let's see some other. So like Rhaenyra has made her full heel turn into Rhaenyra the Cruel. Although she tried to be the kind, and she's named herself Rhaenyra the Chosen, straight up told everybody about the Song of Ice and Fire, which was a huge family secret.
And everyone, do you think everyone thinks she's crazy for saying that?
Yeah. I think that's what it, like that look between Orwell and who was it? Maybe Alan. That I think they just think that she's like gone off her rocker, and she's just talking about something that makes it sound like she's ordained, even though she just started a war with the Sept. Basically killed the Pope, had Alan kill the Pope. And that's not going to go so well for Alan either. Yeah.
And we're, because it's funny to have that moment where she's like reciting all this up in, amongst the people, and everyone's just kind of like, what? Because, us, in another reality, I feel like Walter White, in the back of that car when he's screaming, and he's like, no, don't do it. Like,
yeah.
I feel like that. I'm just like, you people, she told the truth. It's legit.
Yeah, and then she speaks High Valyrian to him, and they're.
Of course, nobody speaks that, so.
Yeah, and we know from House of the Dragon, or not, from Game of Thrones, that Prince is genderless, so it could be the prince or princess that is promised.
Okay.
So she's calling herself that. I don't know if she actually believes that, because she's been going back and forth about having to have this right by the gods, have the gods smile on her and ordain her rule, and it's really stood in the way of her actually ruling, to where like she goes down and kills the Septon, the High Septon, when she should have and could have been doing a lot of other things, yeah, it's she's concerned with the pomp and circumstance of it, and what the people think instead of just ruling, I guess. And
And she probably, yeah, should have been focusing on making sure everybody in the town has food. Because when you finally get down to those basic, I do like those moments too, where they kind of you get down to these basic sort of like, I know this is where we're in a fantasy world and there's dragons and stuff like that, but when it all comes down to it, you still got to eat. Like,
yeah,
food is very important.
huge motivation.
It's kind of like, all the Walking Dead fans, like, who got, like, way into zombie stuff, and they were all like, oh, man, I'm going to load up. I'm going to have, like, the biggest arsenal and things like that. But it's just like, you have to be like, and you're going to have food, right? And they're just kind of like, I'll just shoot people and take their food. They have that. It's like, I think you need to, plan for, eating, too, because that's also very important.
Yeah. And a huge motivation used against her, or she used last season against the Greens,
Mm-hmm.
and then she ended up reaping part of that herself, where there still wasn't enough food and they hid the gold and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Because I mean, her Mistress of Whispers should have been finding out where the gold was and where what's his face that had the gold, where he was
Mm-hmm.
when Laris took Aegon and everything. Like, I don't know. It just seems like she should have been a lot more in tune to what was going on in the kingdom.
Right.
And then when she finally ousted her and chose Daemon, that's a big character moment, as well as just finally getting rid of a bad Mistress of Whispers.
Yeah. Yep.
Let's see. So, next season, what to look for. Of course, it's an adaptation, so it's not going to be exactly like what happens in the books.
Gotcha.
But big spoilers, warning you now. The Greens are going to come back to King's Landing, and Aegon will sit on the throne again,
Mm-hmm.
and Sunfire will kind of have his way with Rhaenyra. His way. I don't mean that in a sexual way. I just mean like,
whoa.
He's going to do what a dragon does.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and it's not going to go well for Rhaenyra.
It's like we're finally going to get our first dragon-human hybrid in the world of Game of Thrones.
like we did on Alien Romulus.
Dragonborn.
So not gonna go well for the blacks or the greens. There's really no winners here, because I remembered a part in the books, and I couldn't remember if it happened during the Dance of Dragons or if it happened later, but it seems like it's happening. It's about to unfold because the townspeople are getting very tired of this war.
Mm-hmm.
And in the books, they turn on them, and
I don't blame them.
they go into the dragon pit, and then no more dragons.
No more dragons.
Yeah, a lot of crazy stuff happens. There'll be a big adaptation differences in how it plays out, because in the books, it's like it may be a chapter, but they got to tell a whole season.
So they're gonna get Superman to round them all up and throw them into the sun, like in Superman 4, The Quest for Peace.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Exactly. Yeah, that's totally what's happening.
Sorry, spoilers for Superman 4, The Quest for Peace.
The best Superman.
The best one by far.
Of course. Yeah. The big nuclear bad guy.
Right. Like blonde Superman, is it?
Okay, so I'm trying to think. Are there any more loose ends? Laris, I suppose, is the one that sent out all the ravens, saying that Aegon had come back and he was resurrected or whatever.
Or just never died in the first place.
Right. Yeah, because I mean, he told him that in the very beginning, so it seemed like because he's always got a lot of irons in the fire. He was a great minister of whispers, um, um, and he also kept Otto in the Black Dungeon in case Rhaenyra came back to the throne as a gift to her.
Gotcha.
So he's playing both sides.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
I see. I see. But I guess
Yeah.
if you wanted to build that mythology that he was brought back from the dead, I mean, you've got a dragon that also looks like it was brought back from the dead. So,
Yep.
you got yourself a that story that's gonna make everyone kind of like quake in their boots before they try to like charge you if you're in a battle.
Yeah.
Kind of that whole the reputation system in those Lord of the Rings games, the Shadow War, when you could, instead of killing an orc, you're like, to go back and tell your orc friends that I am a force to be reckoned with, and it's like, and you don't want to mess with me. If you see me coming down the street, you should just run away. And then you send him off, and he's like, I'm gonna go tell him.
Basically.
To mix effects. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. But it was an interesting idea, interesting concept.
Yeah, it was a fun game. I'm looking over the names. Is there anybody that we missed? Let's see. Aemond, Larys, Helena, Gawain, Orwyle. Orwyle was put in the Black Dungeons in the books at the very beginning, as soon as Rhaena came back.
So not a fun place to be down there, by the way. I just every time they go down there, I'm just like, ugh. I don't want to.
Literally not a pot to piss in.
To spend like months, maybe even years down there. Ugh.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's it. Next season. This season really ramped up. A lot of people weren't too happy with the first two seasons just because it was a slow burn.
Mm-hmm.
And they really, really leaned into Rhaenyra being the chosen one and having the right to rule, only to flip it now and her be a dictator. But I mean, she was queen anyway, so yeah, whatever.
Right.
Full fascist with the military gear and everything. And so she started a war with the Faith, and that is not going to go over well with the people either.
Yeah.
So,
for sure.
Yeah, it harkens back to her, I think it was her great grandfather, Maelor the Cruel, or Maegor the Cruel, who killed his nephew so he could sit the throne, and basically wiped out every other potential challenger to the throne, and just ruled with blood and a hard hand, an iron fist.
Man.
He started a war with the Faith, and then Jaehaerys was the conciliator that came back and kind of like patched things up.
Gotcha.
So there's anything else that you guys can think of you want to talk about besides my just lack of remembering names?
And my even greater lack of knowing most of it, but I'm trying.
Yeah. Appreciate you guys watching. We're gonna go into. You have anything else?
Do the hot takes or the?
Yeah. Do you have anything else on?
Besides that though, no. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this final season. See the big, hopefully a climactic battle or two.
Yeah, it's really gonna amp up next season.
Nice.
Get crazy.
Cool. House of the Dragon.
Mm-hmm. Woo, dragons. Alrighty. You said you got one. You want to go first?
You got a hot take? Yeah. I got one.
Cool.
It's another movie nerd thing again.
Okay.
That as I.
I'm down.
I was listening to a podcast today. This is a very personal one. I just kind of like something off like today. I was listening to a podcast where a subject was brought up they brought up Jordan Peele's Nope again, which I haven't watched in a while. No, I haven't watched it in a while.
Okay.
Ever since I've actually still only seen it once, and that was we saw it at the IMAX theater because it was one of those IMAX movies.
Oh, wow.
So a very good IMAX movie. If they ever do another reshowing at any of your local IMAX theaters, I'd say check it out because it's just one of those movies. He just shoots those shots with like the big sky, and he just and you got Daniel Cholula on the horse, just going on like down the way, and It's just, you know, it was such a great movie, and you know, the guy on the podcast that I was talking about, he liked the movie, but the one thing he didn't like, he didn't care for the naming convention. He didn't like that it was named Nope. He thought Nope is a dumb name for a movie. And I was just like, and I thought about it for a second, and I'm just like, you know what? After, you know, I was kind of here and there on it, you know, up until he said that, but now I'm kind of thinking, you know what? I think it's a good title for what it was, especially for people who like want to go in completely blind. I think it was just a good one because it's just, I think there's a problem in this day and age.
A lot of Nope.
Where we've got titles that kind of give the whole thing away in a way. And I to reference this mainly, I'm talking about like, when you think about, for the people out there who love anime, I've seen a lot of anime over the years where they have these long titles. You know what I'm talking about? Like those ones where it's just like
explains the entire plot.
I tripped over my foot, and then next thing I know, I became a shoe trapped in a different dimension. That's kind of like D&D, but it's not D&D, but it kind of is. You know, and what am I gonna do about that? You know, there's just like these long, and you're just kind of like, what? And then because when you do a title like that, you know, and I'm sure most of these are like comedy shows, I realize, but like when you do a title like that, I feel like just from the title alone, you kind of paint yourself into a corner. And I feel like when it comes to, especially stuff like Nope, where it's kind of like, you'd say it's kind of a Western, kind of a horror, kind of an action movie, but definitely got horror elements for sure. Yeah. I think what adds to the whole...
There's some comedic elements.
Yeah, the comedic elements, of course. And you add, it's Jordan Peele, yeah. He is a comedian. But definitely for the scary moments and the moments where you're just kind of like, WTF, like, but you have that, you know. And I think when you have a sort of a more ambiguous title like Nope, it just kind of leads it, you know, it leads the mind to wander. And I think that Nope was a good title, and it's a good movie if you haven't seen it. But once again, I'm more of a fan. I'm definitely a fan of, you know, if you're trying to make like a more mysterious movie, you know, the more mysterious the title, the better, in my opinion. So that's my hot take. Is Nope was a good name for the movie. So.
Yeah.
Let's get that reaction now. Once again, I'm always trying to go for conflict, so happy to debate.
I'm gonna say it's complex.
There we go. How so?
So I do agree that Nope is a fitting title because the movie and the alien, all that stuff is very ambiguous. And Nope is very ambiguous as well as a title. I think it fits the vibe of the movie. And I think that titles are important because it's what you call it, you know, and kind of introduces people to the idea of what it is. But yeah, don't give away everything. You know what I mean? It needs to have a cool title. And there are dumb titles
for sure.
Yeah,
and I'm not even a hater of long titles, because sometimes the titles can still be long and still kind of be like, oh, it can still lead you to wonder. And I guess once again, it's me kind of like coming down on some of these anime tropes that have rubbed me the wrong way as I try to. I don't know. Quinn's been wanting us to watch One Piece, and it's just like, okay, well, obviously One Piece is a short and sweet title, and you know got everything you need from it.
Yeah, it gets to the point, and I think. It needs to have the same vibe as the movie, you know.
Yeah.
And yes. if it's like a tongue-in-cheek kind of like black comedy, then it can have a long, sarcastic or ironic name or whatever. You know. And I feel like just the fact that Kiki Palmer's character, the whole Nope fits. You know what I mean?
And I still, yes, I need to. It reminded me too that, like I said, I haven't seen that movie since we watched it back in, what was that, 2022, 23? I think it was 2023. We had some family members with us, and we all went and saw it, and you know, had a good time. But I was like, you know what, I need to watch that again. So I might do that one of these nights. I'll do where I like project it on the back of the house.
Nice.
When it gets a little cooler. As of right now, even going outside at like night is like sweltering. So
yeah, it's pretty nasty right
now.
now.
We'll wait till like later September maybe.
Triple digits here.
But always, you know, if you haven't seen Nope yet, it's a great summertime movie for sure. I'd say good action adventure and a little bit of creepy. You know, I'd say a fair amount of creepiness for sure.
Oh yeah, especially with the chimp.
The chimp, yes.
Go in open-minded, because a lot of it is like, what the hell is happening? And I think that that's the vibe you should have.
Yeah.
Because it's like, because that's what the characters are feeling. They're like, what is going on? And the reveals get weird, and like they don't even, I don't think they even say the name of the alien in the movie.
Yeah, because there's not like any scientists there or anything being
Right.
like, oh, that's an Astropithecus or
I
something.
think was its name was like Blue Jean or something like that.
Yeah, that's what they ended up calling it.
Yeah. But yeah, great acting. Very compelling, interesting story.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not one of those that it's going to hold your hand all the way through.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that was kind of my just a little take. I don't know. It's just something that kind of just, yeah, I was just like, huh, well, I think I disagree with that guy today.
Yeah. It's okay to have your own opinion.
Did you have a hot take?
I do.
All right.
What's the thing with
Did you ever notice?
Walmart and all these stores that were 24 hours? It's been long enough. Bring back your 24 hours. Like, just do it. Just do it. I mean, stocking shelves at 5 o'clock on a Friday,
just tripping
when everybody's
out,
getting paid, and you can't even, because you've got pallets between the aisles and you can't even walk between the aisles, and there's so many people that it's ridiculous.
And look, yeah, if your goal kind of is still world domination at this point, I mean, let's be honest, it's just like you're trying to wipe everybody else off the board. Yeah, get open 24 hours again. I don't know what's why they're dragging their feet on that one either.
Yeah.
We used to have it all. We had Walmart stores were open 24/7, and we had $1 McChickens, or whatever the meme was. We had it all.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know that any major retailer has gone back to 24 hours. It's like they're slowly retreating to online purchases.
Yeah.
Even though Walmart still has a huge footprint in their store, but like, I mean, everything that can go digital has basically gone digital.
Yeah.
With media and everything else. Like, I mean, their movie and games are still, they're just kind of sad and pathetic. They don't even have really have comics anymore. They used to have a few graphic novels. Like, the only I guess interesting thing that I've seen recently is a He-Man and Ninja Turtles team up on a little graphic novel.
Right.
Just like
they usually throw in like one or two kind of like the most popular stuff at the time. You see a few manga as well,
exactly,
but like once again they stick to kind of the most popular manga.
Yeah, which goes back to my thing last week with manga taking over, anime taking over everything. When I was a kid in the 90s. It's like, I'm just trying to watch a cartoon. I don't know this anime thing.
Right. It's confuses and scares me.
Exactly. Yell at the cloud. Yeah, I do love anime, but
I do as well. Like I said, they're definitely sometimes I've got gripes.
Should be a mix.
Yeah,
like, not just one or the other.
But there's some awesome anime as well, and so I'm not closing myself off from it ever. It's just that there's sometimes where I just see this, like I see time after time after time where they kind of like stick to these, the same conventions on how they tell their story, kind of like how they begin their show, and sometimes I feel like there's these times where it's like it seems like they kind of just blow everything in like the first 10 or 20 episodes, and then it kind of tapers off if it's a longer one.
Yeah,
it's just something I see sometimes with that.
I think the formulaic part, it has to do with how fast they have to turn these things out.
Yeah, and
that's a whole nother thing with the artists that basically are working slave hours to try to turn out these animes.
I want them to have better hours, better pay.
But at the same time, where is Chainsaw Man season 2?
It has been a while since we've seen Chainsaw Man.
I still haven't seen the one in the theater.
I still haven't seen the movie. Yeah. It's a fun time.
Anyways, yeah. Where's our 24 hours again? Where's that at?
I don't see any harm in it because it just seems like, I think a lot of kids in college, that's kind of like they're sort of like doing that night shift. I think that like that does well for them, and it's just something that you kind of took away.
Yeah.
And you could get, you get all your stalking done in the middle of the night instead of having to like
Exactly.
cram before time to go home at 11 or whatever.
Yeah. And sometimes you just need something before 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
Or after 11 o'clock.
After 11 o'clock or earlier in the morning.
Yeah, or sometimes you just want to get out of the house and take a walk in some place that's lighted and safe.
So what me and my friend did back when we lived back in our hometown when there wasn't really much to do. So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and just wander around Walmart because it's so nice because there was nobody there.
hmm
It's, yeah. Back in the day. Those were the days.
Those were the days.
Those were the days. Yeah.
But we could have it. We could have it again.
It's up to you. Who's gonna make the move? Target or Walmart first? Who's gonna do it?
Was Target ever 24 hours?
Yep.
It was a time?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
It was. Yep.
I did not know that.
Yep. And like my thing, typically it would be like some weird thing in the middle of the night, like I'm moving shit around and oh, I realize I need this cord to put my TV in a different place or whatever, or hook up this other new thing or whatever because I've been in the zone.
And sometimes you're awake, at like midnight, and you're just like, it's the weekend or what, or my day off tomorrow, and you're just like, I have a project.
I want to go
get
on. Some snacks or something and not pay an arm and a leg at a gas station.
At a gas station,
yeah. Or hey, I forgot to get groceries for tomorrow or whatever.
I'd also like to not get groceries from the gas station.
Yeah. Yeah. We actually have a Walmart gas station here, so.
We do.
But not everybody's got that. Yeah, man. You can't even find the cords and stuff much anymore. They're phasing out a lot of that stuff. Anyways, yeah, that's my hot take. That's my gripe for the week.
That's what grinds my gears.
Yep. So, yeah, anything else?
I've been excited. I will say I've been excited that the few reviews have been hopping in for early screenings of Coyote versus Acme, which comes out at the end of this month, and so I'm looking very forward to that because I'm like, wow, this is like not only is it another one of those movies that Ketchup Entertainment brought back from the Warner Brothers tax write-off shelving cycle. But also, it also turned out to be, and some people are saying it's the best Looney Tunes movie. So it's just like, wow.
Yeah, or live action animated movie.
Yeah, right. The mix. It's a mix for sure. But
which, I mean, if it's better than Roger Rabbit, that's saying a lot.
Right. Yeah.
Because that's like the gold standard kind of a.
Or at least top Space Jam. I mean, Space Jam is like
yeah, Space Jam, the original. The
original, yes.
Still have not seen the LeBron one. Sorry, LeBron, but.
It's another one of those Warner Brothers movies that suffered from the like, oh, we got to bring in all of our properties and make this giant like, look, remember that, the member berries as they're referred to from South Park. But it's just like, oh, there's those.
Boo. Yeah.
Weirdly enough, too, like you look in the background of some of those shots, like not only do they have like the Iron Giant, of course, and like Warner Brothers stuff like that, but they also are people from the Matrix. But you look really close.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, they're doing all the Warner Brothers stuff. Wow. It's another one of those movies, like how the Lego Movie did it, how Ready Player One did it.
Okay.
It was just like it's just this cavalcade of.
Okay. Did it make sense in context to have all that?
Well, because
like
in that Space Jam, they're in the internet, so that's just kind of like what they do.
Okay.
But an internet that skews towards Warner Brothers properties once again. But if you look really close, you can see the Droogs from Clockwork Orange. It's like, isn't this a kids movie? And the nuns from the movie The Devils, which that new cut is getting a re-release. So
I saw that. Yeah. Aren't they getting a 4K version or something?
It's a 4K new director's cut that's never been seen before, and obviously leave the kids at home if you want to see The Devils for sure. Because despite the fact they pop up in Space Jam, it is very much not a kids movie. So
that's
not for kids.
Odd.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Anyway, I rambled for too long on.
No, you're good.
Looney Tunes. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great thing to ramble about.
Yeah, just thought it was a fun little tidbit I've been seeing this, in the last few days.
Nice. Yeah, that's interesting. I want to see that. Is it on HBO Max now?
Well, it was originally planned for HBO Max, but it's going to be a theatrical release.
Oh, okay.
Like I said,
okay, so they actually did that, which
Ketchup Entertainment's putting it out, and they
should have to give back the tax money that they wrote off.
The day the Earth blew up that came out last year, they were the ones who headed up because that was another Looney Tunes movie that was going to get shelved. And Day the Earth blew up, I loved it. I thought
it was
great.
fun.
And that one's a full animated. There's no mixed with with live action, so it's just a pure cartoon. So I love that one too. So check that out.
Thanks for joining us. I appreciate you guys for your support. Hope you'll join us live every Thursday. Not last week, but
we can't guarantee that we'll be here.
Most
but
Thursdays.
It's important that you show up no matter what.
Yeah. So. Life happens sometimes.
The little clock in button is going to be right down there in the bottom, and what you'll do is you'll clock in at exactly 8 or 7 o'clock, and you'll clock out exactly at 8. And that's no overtime. Sorry.
7 p.m. Central Standard Time on YouTube. Please like, subscribe, and hit the little bell so you know when we drop new videos and when we go live. I'm Dylan.
I'm Andrew.
And we'll see you next time. Peace. Where's the button? Where's the button?
Where's that button?
There it is.